Hey, Dr. Wilson here. So, this channel in the past few weeks has hit the 1,000 subscriber milestone, which is more than I really could have expected with this channel. So, I thought I'd make a special video talking a little bit about why I do what I do. So, these days I'm a molecular and structural biologist. I make my living doing research in a biology lab. But I spend some of my free time making videos on YouTube debunking conspiracy theories and misinformation. But I used to be a conspiracy theorist. Yeah, sorry. No, yeah, seriously. About 10 years ago, I was a conspiracy theorist. I thought that 9/11 was an inside job. Ancient Aliens was one of my favorite TV shows, and I thought that fluoride was poison. I was particularly deep in the 9/11 conspiracy theory. I fell for YouTube documentaries hardcore, and I would spend hours, even while my friends were over, I would just ignore them, commenting on YouTube videos, arguing with people about 9/11. Yeah, it's weird to think about now. But now I'm a PhD scientist, and I spend some of my free time debunking some of the same conspiracy theories I might have believed 10 years ago. So, what changed? And I think the honest answer to that question is I just learned a lot more about how science is done. And once I learned that, it was really hard to keep these conspiracy theories that I was really deep into as beliefs. So before the QAnon crowd claims that I was brainwashed and indoctrinated, let me explain. For me, believing those conspiracy theories meant also believing that scientists were either bought, silenced, didn't want to speak up because they were afraid of being made fun of, or one of those reasons. And being a scientist in the scientific community, none of that is true. None of that can be true for a massive conspiracy to exist. And that's because science is an international community of hyper-competitive nerds who will cut you if you say something wrong at a seminar. Anytime a scientist gives a talk, or writes a grant, or submits a paper, we are subjecting ourselves to a lot of scrutiny. And that is an environment where you want to be as careful as possible and check all of your data, all of your work, and make sure you're doing things right. The point is, in order for a conspiracy like vaccines are poison to exist, you would need to pay off or silence an army of scientists from all around the world, all of which would love to have the title of the person who saved the public from poisonous vaccines. I mean, that would be a huge discovery that would earn them a lot of respect in the field. But if the data just doesn't support that, then they're not going to go for it. At the end of the day, scientists respect the data. If the data is saying something that their hypothesis doesn't agree with, their hypothesis that they might have hatched from this really great idea that they got really attached to, then that hypothesis gets thrown out, no matter how much they like it. The data always has the final say, and if you're not representing the data, you're going to get called out for it, and you're going to look stupid. Getting a PhD involves a lot of feeling stupid. Anyway, I think over the course of maybe a few months, as these ideas that I'm talking about became more and more clear to me, I started to abandon these conspiracy theories that I had started to really hold really close and consider actually a part of my identity. And I let them go. Once I learned how to learn in science, once I understood where to go in order to actually see the data, understand it, and analyze it myself, that felt way more empowering than I ever felt by believing conspiracy theories and getting that feeling of knowing something that nobody else knows or some hidden truth that very few other people understand. It was just a totally different world. But along the process of becoming a scientist, I realized that maybe the reason there are so many conspiracy theories and so many ideas that just completely disregard science is because scientists aren't really good at making themselves heard or communicating these things. Maybe that's why it took me so long to really understand it. And I think this was confirmed for me while I was getting my PhD, and I got almost no training in how to effectively communicate my science to my own department, let alone the general public who pays our salaries. And to me, that means that scientists can do better, and that we are doing a disservice to the public by not being good at communicating. So that's really why I started this channel, because it's not only frustrating to me to see conspiracy theories and misinformation all over the internet all the time, but it's frustrating for me to watch my peers do nothing about it. And I felt like I wanted to just do something. And this is my way of trying to do something, to communicate the science of why these conspiracy theories and misinformation just aren't true. I should clarify that not every conspiracy theory is wrong and full of misinformation, but I think you guys catch my drift. Yeah, I just wanted to make this video to thank you guys for getting me to 1,000 subscribers, which again, I really didn't think would happen. And also to let you know that just because someone is deeply entrenched in conspiracy theories doesn't mean that they can't change. I'm living proof of that. And maybe that's another reason I started this channel, so that I could reach people like me who are genuinely curious and are just misinformed or duped by really cool documentaries on YouTube. That's about it. I just hope I'm doing a good job of communicating science to you guys, and I'll continue to do so every Tuesday. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you then.